In 2010, Toronto was in the midst of a cultural and progressive renaissance. It was a city on the rise, a great world city. She had come out of the great worldwide recession intact, in large part due to the inherent demand for people to live in the world's most multicultural city. She had a housing market that held its value and was becoming a leading innovation hub. In fact, thanks to support from the community and municipality, Toronto was on her way to becoming a leader in mobile and medical technology. Also, in 2010, Toronto's arts institutions were stronger than at any time in her history. Events such as Nuit Blanche, North by Northeast, and Pride drew investors, tourists, and jobs to the city. Growing with world-class architecture, an improving transit system, some of the lowest property taxes in Ontario, and low crime rates helped buoy this great maturation. Then something happened. The people were fooled by small-minded, short-sighted ideas and notions into thinking their city was very broken. In fact, a mayoral campaign filled with hate and lies became the dressing rehearsal for what was to become a damaging next 4 years. We present to you a chance at a glimpse into the future. The year is 2014, and the citizens of Toronto have come to mourn their once great city.
What were they thinking?
I know, now it's going to be next to impossible to reverse these misguided policies. What are we going to do?
If only I had voted.
I remember how I used to take the TTC everywhere, to work, to the movies, shopping. The TTC was growing and on the right track with transit city plans when it was all canceled. They were so short-sighted as to think that this would save money. They even went so far as to have the streetcars decommissioned. This cultural and environmental jewel of the city was lost. Not to mention the fines for canceling transit city contracts were astronomical. Streets such as the Queensway, St. Clair, and parts of Spadina had to be reworked, and it could have all been avoided. But that's not all. After all that, they took on extra debt just to buy more buses to make up for the lack in streetcar service. Now it barely runs, and it is so difficult to get around the city. The worst part is that health admittances to hospitals have increased thanks to the increased air pollution and heavier traffic congestion, while the city's economy has been losing billions in productivity due to traffic gridlock.
Toronto used to have public assets that made money for our city and helped keep it running. You know Toronto Hydro? In 2009, Toronto Hydro made over $40 million in profits, which directly benefits the city and you. Someone thought it was a good idea to sell off this precious asset for a one-time gain. Now the city is short revenues every year, and private entities are operating public services. This makes no sense. No wonder we have no money anymore to keep our parks clean and community centers open.
I used to ride my bike and was very happy about the city, moving towards a greener vision with the addition of more bike lanes. But this plan was also cancelled, so I didn't stop riding as often due to concern for my own safety. No one felt safe anymore riding their bikes with no clear lanes. With all the additional cars, trucks and buses on the roads thanks to the cancelling of Transit City, the gridlock is impossible to navigate safely. So many people have been injured or worse. Toronto was becoming such an exemplary city, but the policies of council stopped this progress in its tracks.
Yes, if only they had voted. But it doesn't have to be this way. Fortunately, it is still 2010 and you do have a voice. What kind of Toronto do you want? Make sure to register yourself to vote and get out on Monday, October 25th and have your say. Check out yourtorontoyourvote.mov for information on the candidates and to get information on how and where to vote. Because Toronto is your city.